Yeah, I don't think I'm not really too focused on that. I'm just more focused on us as a team. And it's like I felt like I'm really confident when everyone on my team is very confident. And whenever I mean, this year, this team, it feels like I have a lot of confidence, and a lot of that has to do with these guys.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 1. I'm accompanied once again this time by Bang of 100 Thieves, who are coming off of a loss to Crew Esports at the end of week 4 of said competition. So Bang, thank you so much for taking the time once again, despite the results, tough loss, but still, one can do nothing else but move forward. And yeah, covering your headspace, how are you feeling? How are you taking in this result?
I mean, yeah, we've already secured playoffs, so I'm not too upset about it. But there definitely is a lot to learn from this match. I think there was a lot of hesitation in this match that is not normal for our team. So I mean, it's just a lot to learn. I've lost so much in the past like year that I mean, it's not that big of a deal to me to lose again. I know what losing feels like, and I know we can bounce back from it.
Yeah, as you said, clinching playoffs, but yeah, still pretty tough, to get in to get a loss and stuff like that. But as you said, the name of the game is to learn from these losses, and yeah, just coming a little bit into the series, there was a sense that the team was experimenting, with their maps and just compositions, because of the fact that you guys already secured a spot in playoffs. But yeah, when I say that, of course, going into it, Sunset, just want to cover, rationale and just covering Sunset, selecting that map and just what was the thought process and just making that happen.
We were looking pretty good on Sunset and Scrims. Obviously, their videos in a certain way where we weren't able to select the map that we wanted. So we selected Sunset because we were looking pretty good in scrims. I thought that I mean we were all pretty individually confident on that map, and as a team we have really good results on that map in scrims. So definitely was I think we made a very logical decision picking it. I think it made a lot of sense for us to pick that map. Obviously we haven't shown it in a match yet. One time we played it was in the off season, but yeah, it made a lot of sense that map for us. Yeah, based on scrim results.
What kind of issues did you see there then that kind of now that you have been able to just experience it, then will then tweak, adjust for using it potentially later on in the future.
I think we just had in this match, this Sunset, we had a slow start in the beginning. They actually started off pretty hot in the start. It was like Kesnet was doing really well in the first couple of rounds, so it's kind of hard to stop them. Other than that, it felt like we were hesitating, which is kind of a theme for the whole series, not really just this one map, but it definitely was happening in this one map as well. There was some hesitations in our decision making. We're all on the same page at sometimes. And if we were on the same page, it just took too long sometimes, and they just got the rotates to end too fast on our attack. So yeah, like I said, that's a theme for like the whole series, not just this map, but it was also prevalent in this match.
Would you feel that that was kind of like the same thing that happened, in map 3? Because, of course, similar score line in Split. And yeah, was there any similarities, from map 1 and map 3?
Yeah, definitely a lot of similarities with our how we played attack. Definitely a lot of hesitation. Definitely a lot of like indecisive. Just making not taking too long to make decisions and stuff. So yeah, definitely that was a theme.
Yeah, and going over to a little bit into Breeze. I mean, give me your overall thoughts on just covering that map. Also, in particular, what went right, and also what went a little bit wrong. Given how it was pretty close. From wire to wire.
Yeah. Breeze obviously felt like better than the other two maps, but it still did feel like that hesitation was happening, especially on our attack side. Defense felt a lot better, but on attack side, we took too long to make some decisions, and some of the times we weren't fully confident in them, which kind of made us hesitate. Uh, yeah, it just like the whole series today kind of felt like that. But Breeze, obviously, we won, but didn't feel too great. Even though we won it. I don't know. Like I said, it's just the theme of the entire series. Really, it didn't really change much map to map. It was honestly not really like a map specific problem. It was more of just like a whole game macro issue.
Uh, as I said before, the team locking in playoffs and just having that kind of uh happen before you guys actually start. That kind of thought crossed into your minds when it came to preparing. Because of that kind of circumstance happen in your favor.
No, I think we still played on with the same pressure as if we hadn't guaranteed playoffs because we still want the number one seed. It's a really good. It looks really good in playoffs if you get the number one seed because you get the advantage. But yeah, we didn't really play this match like as if like we already made playoffs, guys. It's not that big of a deal if we lose. Obviously, that is the case, but it's also just like we're still playing very hard for our number one seed. It matters a lot to us. So yeah.
Talk to me about facing Crew as a team, because of course they're coming in undefeated and remain undefeated after today. And just what was it like just having to just taking them on, compared to how they were last year, in which they were winless. But yeah, what do you think was the biggest obstacle that you've seen after facing them, from your point of view?
For me, the biggest obstacle was they were really they kept a lot of their info like they fought hard for info on their defense. They didn't really like give space unless they were forced to give space. Like sometimes in just matches, you feel like you progressively start giving space because you're worried that they might be walking up, might be util bombing you, like popping on you. But they fought hard for the space that they had, and they kept their info lines, and they just like I don't know, they outread us on our attack on split for sure. A lot of our attack rounds on split were pretty obvious, obviously because they had like three in every bomb set we were hitting. Felt like so. Yeah, we just have to do a better job of pushing off space to make it so that these guys don't just have all the info. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that today.
In a lot of ways, it must have felt like it was just the complete opposite, right? For how you guys competed, right? They were much more resolute and much more decisive than compared to you guys, right?
Yeah, felt like they were a lot more confident in decisions, and they just made better decisions in general. That match, they just didn't really have as much of a hesitation as we did. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that, and yeah, now covering over for yourself, looking at your performance, performing as usual, very good, as it relates to 100 Thieves and their place, in the regular season. It's a great thing to see, just to see you remaining consistent, from the previous time in which we talked, and even some ways last year up until now. But still covering your performance, how do you think you have of performance so far, at the tail end of stage one?
Um, I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm not really too focused on that. I'm just more focused on us as a team. And it's like I felt like I'm really confident when everyone on my team is very confident. And whenever I mean, this year, this team feels like I have a lot of confidence, and a lot of that has to do with these guys, my teammates giving me it. So honestly, all the credit goes to them. And if I play good, it's just like a lot of the times it's because they give me the confidence to play and make my own decisions and play my own game. So.
Yeah, going into the team, of course, it took a little while, for this team to finally get the ball rolling, after going roughly a year, not winning up until now. Given the fact that you guys were able to just make that happen, you just have to, and just finally get that momentum going, despite today's result. How then does that kind of affect the team's mental and also performance, and just also just yeah, form overall, as you guys now take that mindset, take that approach towards, playoffs?
I definitely feel like we're a lot more confident than when we started off this year. We feel just individually and as a team, I feel like I have a lot more confidence. I feel like everyone like is kind of finding. I mean, has definitely found their how they want to play within our system, and everyone's pretty confident in their own decisions. So I mean, it's honestly a good thing to see as a player. Um, yeah, I feel a lot. Those two wins during the regular season honestly give us a lot of confidence, and I'm glad that this match wasn't too like much of a blowout. I felt like we definitely had a good chance of winning if we played proper and if we played more decisive.
Yeah, of course, and of course, as I say this, regular season's still not over for you guys. You still got NRG upcoming in your schedule. Last opponent in the regular season. Sort of thoughts, on your upcoming opponent for regular season, and then everything else after that.
I'm sure it's going to be a good match. We know, I mean, my ex teammate and or my teammate and my coach are ex teammates with their teammates or with their players. So it's going to be a lot of fun playing against them, I think. we're also just like friends with them in general. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I feel like that match for sure.
Yeah, a web of current former teammates, that does I can't find the right word, but just kind of encapsulates VCT Americas. And yeah, that said, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Bang, thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it, despite the loss. Pleasure to talk to you once again, and yeah, best of luck for next week.